Hi, everyone. My name is Quinn, and I'm going to be your instructor for art appreciation this quarter. My pronouns are they, them, and I do appreciate being addressed as Quinn, not as Professor or Ms. McNichol or anything like that. Just Quinn is great. Thanks. So, as you can see, I am not in the Pacific Northwest right now. I am in the Mojave Desert, which is land indigenous to the Serrano and Shoshone peoples, also known as Wonder Valley, California. I'm an artist, and I've been an artist most of my life, and I'm also an art appreciator. Uh, One of the ways I navigate my life as an artist is by moving around a lot. So, throughout this quarter, I will be here in the Mojave Desert. I will also be in Mexico City later, so I hope to share some work with you that I find there. And as an art appreciator, uh, something that really grounds me in my appreciation for art is my creative community. And as somebody who moves around a lot, I have community in a lot of places around mostly the US, but in some other regions as well. I'm originally from Philadelphia, and I attended art school at Pennsylvania College of Art and Design in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Then I lived in Philly for a while and moved in 2019 to Seattle to attend the University of Washington for my MFA in painting and drawing. I'm also a member of an artist-run nonprofit gallery called Soil, which is in downtown Seattle and Pioneer Square. So this quarter, I anticipate sharing a lot of artists that I know from the different communities that I engage with. I'm going to conduct some interviews with artists that I know. I'm going to share resources of places I've been and museums I've visited. And also, we'll be sharing a lot of resources for you to visit and engage with new content across the World Wide Web, which you have maybe may or may not have engaged with before. So, much of the way that I shape my creative journey comes from this idea that I've been hanging out with for a while called following the thread. And this is inspired by the story of Ariadne, who is the Cretan goddess who had the insight to ensure a safe and clear exit from the labyrinth by unrolling a thread as she entered the dark, circular path of the unknown. So for us, the labyrinth is going to be a metaphor for the journey into the subconscious and returning to the starting point, coming out with knowledge and self-discovery gained along the way. So this class, Art Appreciation, is an invitation to you from me to follow your own thread. At this point, there is no way to know where it is going to take you. And that's awesome. That's exciting. You don't need to know. The point is the discovery along the way, right? So yeah, if you just follow the thread, it's going to guide you there. We will be starting this class with some general ideas about seeing. These are ideas that I was introduced to in my own undergraduate experience and have really shaped the way I navigate through the world. As the artist and thinker Amber Schoon says, our ability to observe and our ability to see is far more complex, far more interesting, and far more vast than we have yet understood. After engaging in some discussions about seeing, we're going to talk about art history and different movements throughout art history. And that is where you're going to start like following your thread. What interests you? What are you curious about? Take note. A lot of this class does involve note taking. There's some notes about note taking in this module. And it's really going to help you navigate through this class. So take notes. What art movements are you interested in? And then we're going to move into the contemporary art world, which is so vast. There's so many things happening right now, and there's a lot of amazing resources to research what's happening. So we're going to hang out in the contemporary art world for a while and talk about different aspects of it. Towards the end of the quarter, you will visit an art museum. You're going to go in person, in real life, to see art with your own eyes outside of the computer screen. That's incredibly important, as we'll talk about. And we're going to end this course where everybody will curate an exhibition, kind of like, what's it called? Dream football? Whatever it is. You're going to fantasy football. You're going to create your own fantasy art exhibit. So, following the thread requires movement. It requires noticing your sparks of interest and following where they take you. Remember, like I said, to take notes. And if you ever get lost, if you ever get confused, not sure where you're going or uncertain, you can always trace your steps back from your notes to a place of clarity and then move forward from there. The string has two ends. It has the beginning and the end, and you can move along it as you need, right? So, really excited to embark on this journey with you this quarter. I want to remind everybody to please read the syllabus and acquaint yourselves with the course policies in terms of grading and the calendar. And there's also going to be a section where I'm requiring you to sign a contract that says you will not use AI during this course. This idea of the class is to follow this thread of your own interest. AI cannot do that for you, and I'm personally not interested in what AI might come up with. I want to know what you are interested in so that you can share it with me and your class community. So I look forward to learning with you this quarter. Thanks, everyone.